How much does it cost to actually run Facebook ads? Let's talk about it. Hey, it's Chase here with Top Dog Digital that we've used to help hundreds of businesses produce millions of dollars in revenue, so you'll definitely want to stick around for this one. So I'm gonna assume that at some point or another that you've decided that you wanted to run Facebook ads. Maybe you've boosted a post or two at some point, but when it comes to an actual budget, you're totally lost. Is it $5 a day? Is it $500 a week? Is $2,000 a week enough? Or is Facebook ads just a waste in general? Let's break that down. First, let's start with killing a big myth about Facebook ads. You can just start with $5 a day and just scale from there. And while that is technically true, it's realistically just useless to most businesses. You might run a campaign at $5 a day if you're just kind of dipping your toes in the waters, but you're not gonna get enough data or results to really understand the impact that you can make with Facebook ads. If you're a boost poster and I'm totally off base on this, drop a comment down below and tell me off. Now back to the real topic. I'm gonna tell you exactly how to set your Facebook ad budget in 3 real steps. The first thing is you have to know what your goal is for the ads. Are you trying to get leads? Are you trying to sell a product? Are you trying to get engagement? All of these things are extremely important in knowing how much money you will actually need to spend on a Facebook ad. Let's say that you're in the home services business. Maybe you want 20 new leads per month, but an average lead costs $20. Well, there you have it. $400 a month will get you 20 leads per month. It's just math. And this is why running campaigns at more than $5 a day is going to be extremely beneficial in order to calculate things like cost per lead, which we will cover in a future video. This principle is applicable across the board. You determine your cost per lead and then you do the math to figure out what your budget is in order to turn that faucet on and to get a repeatable result. The second thing I recommend is knowing your numbers. Let's say that you're a contractor and that you close 1 out of 5 leads and that this nets you about a $2,000 profit. This means at 5 leads at $20 per lead, you've spent $100 and you received $2,000. That means you've had a 20x return on your investment. Not to say that that's gonna happen exactly like that, but you get the gist. So you need to break this down into a couple different things: your cost per lead, your close rate, your average customer value, and your return on ad spend. You do all of that and you'll start being able to come up with a realistic budget for what you need to spend to get the return that you're looking for. Step number 3, budget testing. Start with something like $500 to $1,500 for the entire month. Facebook needs some juice for their algorithm to work, and $5 a day just isn't gonna cut it. Play around with ad copy, ad creative, buttons, colors, video versus photos. All of those things make a difference. Then you will get a bigger picture of what it actually costs for a customer to respond to your ad. What happens next is once you figure out the cost for someone to convert to a sale, then you can start to scale. You don't want to start with a massive budget if you don't know what to expect. So it is smart to start on a smaller scale, but not too small, but just enough so that you can start to collect some data and figure out, okay, here is what the cost per conversion is. This is what the cost per message is, whatever you're trying to track. And then you can start to build upon that and start putting fuel on the fire. So start treating your ad like an investment, not an expense. You can't be afraid to spend money if you want to make money. A couple of mistakes that people often make. You're spending too little to get any real data. Well, your ad may be a good ad, but you won't know that because Facebook's not gonna push it out there without a big enough budget. So don't start too small. Something else that people often overlook: track your data. If you're not tracking your numbers, then you're flying totally blind. Once you're able to accurately track your numbers, then you'll be able to predict what the outcomes will be from each ad. But that is absolutely essential for a successful Facebook ads campaign. Then the most overlooked mistake that people make with Facebook ads: your ad is not going to fix a bad offer or a bad funnel. Your ads are not going to fix a broken offer. If your offer isn't attractive, people aren't going to convert. If your sales funnel isn't properly structured, people aren't going to land in your inbox. This is where testing is super important. It may not be the ad itself, but it might be your landing page. It could be your sales process. There's a lot of different factors that you have to take into account before you can rule out what the issue really is. So testing is extremely important. One last tip. Here at Top Dog, we don't just throw money at the wall and hope that it sticks. We know the proper process and strategy to build winning Facebook ads, and we will help you go through that whole process, writing the ad copy, testing the creative, all of those things that you don't want to do. Hire us to take it off your plate. If that sounds good to you, click the link below to book a call with us and we'll build out a winning strategy together. If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more content like this. Hit the bell notifications to be alerted to all new content released on this channel. I'm Chase from Top Dog Digital. See you in the next video.